What's the agreement?
Hello, 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 dear friends and family of the human family. Welcome. I thought I'm doing a live stream and give you a little bit of an update here. I promised you a special guest last time around, however, we had problems with the connection. And so I thought we'll just wait a little bit more till the guest comes. However, we're here in Saint Corona, the crown. This is what all of this is about. Everything else is a distraction and initiation into the dark occult cult and how they perceive the crowning. However, now the light is shining through and things are very, very different. And the future is going to be very, very different to what all of us perceived it to be. And yeah, we're here in the space, occupying the space here in the beautiful area just outside of Vienna. It's like an hour away from Vienna. Hello to all of you. I can see already the comments are starting. And yeah, we've got Mina here also. We've got Miss Maggie. Yeah, Mina, good to have you here also. Another warrior who was part of the massive demonstration that we had in Vienna on Saturday. As you may well know, Austria is going full lockstep ahead of every country in the world. And now, here, my dear friends, we have a very special guest. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm perfect.
Lovely.
Full power. Hello. I'm back. Surprised?
Yeah,
Life is full of surprises, isn't it?
it is. You never know what you're gonna get. You never know what's really going on here, and this is what we're asking always. What is going on? It goes deeper and deeper and deeper. There's deep, deep levels, and then you reach a level where everything is possible. So, what is going on, Errol, in the space around us?
Well, there's a new frequency, a new signal coming through, which has been activated. It's a new, is a frequency, this signal, which is coming from the source of all things, which basically brings in a new reality, which is of love, abundance, sharing, caring, and co-creation, co-producing together. And it's a frequency of pure harmony and a stabilization of this reality. So what this frequency does is it flushes out the old frequency, which was artificial, which wasn't coming from the source at all. It flushes it out, like an antivirus system flushing out a virus in a computer system, so to speak, if that makes any sense. And this signal has been activated and nothing can stop it now. And what we should expect from now is that the so-called powers that be, which were running the system on planet Earth, they're leaving. It's time for them to leave. They're already running and hiding. And the new state of awareness of consciousness is rising and it's unstoppable. Tables have turned. We've gone beyond that point now. The tables have turned, and this this signal of sickness which they have been broadcasting to cast a spell over humanity and the earth for a long time has been coming from through the church. Now we all know what the church is all about. It's Satanism. That's all it is. So now their signal has been interrupted. And yeah. We've been, for the last few weeks, we've been dealing with some, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, their biggest fear was authentic shamanism on what it was originally in the beginning. So the real shamanism has now come back to us as humanity. And it's our ally, it's our tool which we use to bring in the new signal and the frequency of the new world, the new earth we want to create. And that's what's coming back now. It's back. Yeah.
As I've been constantly saying, moving outside of the fear-based news matrix of continuous repetitive feedback loops that produce the end product of fear and reaction in us. What's the future going to be like? The whole monetary system breaking down, the food supply is breaking down, everything's going to become more difficult. It is all a lie. Everything is a lie.
It's all a bluff.
It's all a big bluff in order to put us in the frequency state that the controllers can control. The end product should only ever be fear. It doesn't matter if you get the signal from the mainstream media or from the alternative media with ingredients of truth in there. However, it's missing the point. The point is that what they've been most afraid of is true shamanism, as Errol said, coming back. And what I always call, there is no news here. There's nothing news under the sun. It's ancient, timeless principles, which is the most transformative knowledge. Gnosis, knowing how the enemy operates and their fear-based system, which runs under the monetary system, keeping you in fear of debt, keeping you in fear of what the future is going to be, keeping you in fear of too little money, or I'm going to lose my job when I don't get the you know what. However, as I told you, what I've been getting in the last few weeks, which is the signal that Errol is talking about, the shachmat. They may control the money supply, but they do not control the law. When you know the law, when you know the objective difference between right and wrong, and you tell them they're wrong, you're wrong. On this earth runs on the natural law principles, the natural order, and we are the star seeds. We are the shining lights. We're the ones we've been waiting for. We're the ones that Socrates said, education is not the filling of a vessel, it's the kindling of a flame. We're not here to save anyone. Me and Errol and all the others in the crew, the wizard sitting right next to us, go and say hello then. We're all here to kindle each other's flames. We are the teachers. We are the students. We are the pupils. We're the lawyers. We are everything. And there is no hierarchies. There is no good or better I'm further up than you, I'm further down. No, it doesn't exist. The new signal is relationship, how it's always been. And realizing that this matrix was an education for us to see the truth that there is no higher up or down below. All one humanity, and now it is us telling the powers that were in charge. They were not fully in charge because you can only be in charge when you take responsibility. Now we took responsibility, and therefore we're asking them to the table because Austria is the first domino to fall. And tables have turned. Now they are running scared from us. That's the truth of the matter, isn't it, Errol?
Absolutely. It's already done. Now, the power of shamanism is basically Gnosticism, is Gnosis. And what real shamanism is not what people think. I want to go to a shamanic ceremony because I want to heal a situation within my family, like, or I want to cure a disease I have, or yeah, on one level, of course, that's what it is. But what the core of shamanism is the understanding of the operation of the satanic network, who are master psychologists. Steve has been talking about this in this form. They really know how the psyche works, how the human emotions connect to it. They know how to manipulate us emotionally and psychologically. And shamanism is looking into the depth of this and understanding how their minds work and how their control system, which operates up here, works. Only then can you protect yourself from their evil manipulation. And now we bring this shamanism back to the people, and the people begin to receive it gradually.
Beautiful.
It's for them, it really is game over because there are things which we have experienced here, which I really do not have any words to explain. So I don't know how to put it into words, really. So I don't even.
What do you say to something like that?
I'm not even sure whether I should even attempt to explain it because it's. I don't think it's something for us. I think.
What do you say to something like that?
Yeah, because the greatest teacher and the the greatest way of knowing is through experience. So if it hasn't been in your experience, it's not possible for you to understand. So you have to experience something to understand it. That's why we have the experience of life. And we have the wizard behind us, as you can see.
Yeah. What do you say to something like this? The unexplainable.
I can say for me the last months were difficult. I went to hell and back, I would say, together with Errol. And for me it's now like I'm finished with my stuff now. I can have the feeling like I can chill, but I know when I start chilling, then everything starts again. Yeah. So I gonna chill and Christi Mina, freut mich voll, dass,
Mina.
dass du auch da unterwegs bist. Und
Servus, Mina.
vielleicht sieht man sie ja wieder mal. Dann, ciao.
Thanks, man.
And
Chilling again.
Yeah, that's the question. You see, how do you want to explain the unexplainable?
it's an experience.
It's an experience. And what do you say to something like this? When you can
Well-
say, as I say right now, you checkmate an entire control system,
What
not individuals, but the control system that runs in the background.
network?
The network.
It's a network like a spider's web, and they're everywhere, and they're peculiar people. They're people who have been placed all around you. They're everywhere. You know, and what I can say is, since May, end of May, Steve has really been through hell by himself. The wizard and I have been through a different kind of hell, but together. Everything has been taken away from us. We had to lose everything which didn't serve us so we can receive everything which does serve us, so we know what we are, where we stand, and what to do and when to do. So it's a big lesson that we had to surrender to the process and trust it, and boy did we. And now we're back together, even more powerful than before. And that's how it works. And we were brought together at the exact right time to do a significant job. And at the moment, we're in a place called
Saint Corona. Go figure.
in Austria, Saint Corona in Austria. The church.
And we're not here to tell you how this is going to end, but how this is going to begin. We don't know what happens next from this place. And what we can say is, when you decode the control system that they've been running on Earth, when you have access to the information that they have been hiding from us, because a controller needs to maintain their control. But the control ends when you have access to what is a pyramidical system that is checkmated by decoding the whole information pyramid. And I mean the whole. This is the Gnosis. When you realize that the capstone in the pyramid in Egypt is missing because it has not yet been found.
Till now.
And the capstone of knowledge, this is how you checkmate the entire matrix control system, and you tell the ones who have been running this control system as agents of the involutionary force, the involutionary principle, which is the archetypal figure of Satan. You tell them what the matrix is. The matrix is an insurance system, a security system. And it runs under contracts. Like, none of these dark occult priest class people do anything without contract, because they do not trust each other, because they do not trust themselves, because they have no idea who they are, because they're serving the involutionary principle, which serves in the form of Satan. The archetypal figure of Satan serves the growth of our consciousness. If we can realize this, that it's the mind chatter in our mind that is constantly keeping us down, that is constantly wanting to tell us, oh, you can't do this. Oh, you can't take back the world. Oh, you can't tell dark occult priests of the satanic hierarchy what natural law really is, and that they have lost immunity because this world is not run under the terms and conditions that they agree in their contracts, like UN Agenda 2030. And when you realize the truth that UN Agenda 2030 was only signed by 27 individuals who you've never met, who you don't have a relationship with, and then they think in their delusion, they think they've got everyone's consent on the planet, because they're not saying, they're not in agreement with that. And then you say, where's the contract? Where's my signature? Where's my agreement? And that's where the power of the one kicks in. That's where they start to run away. He's right. We don't have his agreement. We don't have his agreement. We don't have the agreement of 8 billion, and I wouldn't even trust that figure. From 8 billion people on the planet minus 27, we have no agreement with them. Then it all collapses. Because this dystopian future of the 5G smart grid and the totalitarian digital control of the social crediting system of China going global through the COVIDian cult agenda since 2020 can only become a reality if we believe it becomes a reality. Only we create and manifest that into existence. But it cannot happen when we do not manifest it, because we have a different idea. The idea we are getting is the new signal of the new paradigm. Mm-hmm. The new paradigm, as I've said before, you're in the new paradigm when you know what ended the old. Tell these high priests, I know how the old paradigm ended, because you began to realize that you're responsible. And by being responsible, you've lost immunity, because no one under the sun is immune to the principles of the natural order.
So now that the new signal is coming through, it's the signal of the crown. It's the crowning. It's the corona, the crown. Anyone who's not immune to this, they will be running and hiding. Okay, and anyone who's open to the signal, who's ready to crown, who's done their work, who's done their shadow work, their integration, all of it, who's ready to receive it, they will receive it. And they're the ones who will be creating the new reality. Or should I say the signal of the source coming through the source will be creating the new reality through these people. And this is what they speak of. This is what they refer to as the new earth, the new paradigm, which has been ushered in. We're in it. We're already in it. And nothing can stop this signal now, because it's the organic original signal which was disrupted and has been disrupted for a long time. They have been sitting on it for a long time with their artificial frequency, just constantly being bombarded, keeping people in a state of paralysis through fear. It's a frequency of fear. It's an inorganic frequency which comes from the realm of the evolutionary force. It had been serving a block for a very long time, and now that signal has been interrupted and intercepted. It's cut. And for anybody who is thinking, yes, Errol, but how do you know this? What's your proof? What's your evidence? Well, I mean, when you're doing ceremonies, which has been under the control of Satanists for such a long time, who have been sitting on the energy to block the energy coming, and you change the energy, and the next day after that, the Cardinal of Austria shows up under the instructions of the Pope in the Vatican, then you know you're having an impact. And when you're also shown in the ceremony how the frequency is working and how it's been interrupted by the new organic frequency, then you know. And like I said earlier, if something, you can only know something if it's been in your experience. So as an experiencer, all I can do is share this and not prove anything. But what I can say is just pay attention to the events which will take place in the days to come now. Everything will speed up. The whole agenda will speed up, which will cause the rising of this divine signal to speed up as well. So everything will be over much quicker than we think. We're told it is, basically. Isn't that right?
Exactly. And if you're looking for evidence, for example, and we often say it's evidence-based mind control.
Yeah.
Because what should I show you? Should I show you a contract with, or written something like in a book? Well, I don't have that. But what you can look at it from observing reality. Like we've been talking about this. What's happening in Austria here, sharing our experience. What's going on from our perspective. And it just so happens that in the last weeks, suddenly, Austria is in the limelight internationally. The first country with a lockdown for the unvaccinated. The first country to push forced vaccination. Like, it was already too much before the lockdown for the unvaccinated. Now we've got full-blown lockdown. Now we've also got forced vaccinations. It's too fast. So how do you know an awakening is occurring? Through a speeding up of the agenda. And so therefore, us in full knowing of what is taking place, because what is taking place, in other words,
Through the shots.
In other words, according to the principles of the natural order, is the higher causes supersede the lower causes. It takes over. You switch reality timelines. You are decoding a new signal because your body is your property, if anything. Okay, they can't do anything to your body. Claim your body as a property, because at least you can claim that. However, what is the implications of that? You claim your body, you claim your mind, you claim your soul and your spirit. Now your mind projects your reality. So therefore, if your body is your property, the entire reality is your property, and you are the owner on planet Earth, but only if you take full responsibility for your actions. Then you're in charge. Then you are on the top of the pyramid, where the priests have to look up to you. What's the next step?
Follow your orders.
They follow our orders.
Tables turn.
Yeah. This is how this works. And to finish this up, because we wanted to give you a short update, and we are going live with Max Egan in an hour, sharing the story of what we have to tell, the story of Sophia, the great mother. It's an open-ended story, as we learn from the book from John Lash, Not in His Image. The Sophia myth of planet Earth, the organic story, the organic timeline, the organic reality is an open script which we're writing. And right now we share how we write the story. Together.
All of us.
Which according to our perception is freedom for humanity and kindling each other's flame. And burn and purify the dystopian reality imposition that was only on our minds, which is not going to manifest. And in actual fact, things are going to get beautiful and amazing very, very soon. What we can all look forward to, all of us. This is for all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like an ECU flush, isn't it? Flushing a corrupted computer system, which has been corrupted by a virus, flushing the virus out so that the operating system can operate once again as it was intended to do in the first place. Yeah.
So no such evidence as some would expect. However, let your evidence be your heart. How does that resonate? When someone says things, we're turning the earth to the paradise it was meant to be and already is, and we make it even more beautiful. This is the future I'm talking about, and Errol is talking about, what we're talking about. The beauty of the earth. How about that? No breakdown of the money supply. No breakdown of, it's all going to come to us. I am the money. I am the law. Who are you to doubt me? I am in my power. I create the new earth, the paradise. How about that? How about us creating and let go of all the mind control that things are going to get darker? Oh, they have to get darker for the collective to wake up. No, we are awake. And we become more awake by creating paradise earth together. This is it. This is the message.
It's short and simple, really. Yeah.
So we're gonna go on with Max Egan and give him the good news, because everyone fucking needs good news in these times, huh? Right. Much love to all of you. Speak to you soon.
Yeah, good to be back.
And remember, this is just the beginning. Take care.